Ever wonder why that burst of enthusiasm at the start of the month fades into a sea of procrastination? In the next 15 minutes, you'll discover real-life stories, laugh at my own missteps, and learn practical tips that transform fleeting motivation into a sustainable, month-long drive. We'll uncover why motivation naturally dips, share down-to-earth strategies to keep your fire burning even on tough days, and build a system that works with your life, not against it. Let's dive right in. At the beginning of every month, I feel like I'm on top of the world. My goals shine like fresh morning dew, and my to-do list is a masterpiece of ambition. I set my eyes on new projects, resolve to exercise, plan to learn that new skill, and even promise myself extra reading time. But then, as the days roll by, reality hits hard. One week in, my schedule is bombarded by unexpected deadlines, family emergencies, and the ever-tempting lure of social media. I used to think I was lazy until I realized that the problem wasn't my drive. It was my system. In those first few days, everything feels possible. I wake up early, feeling like a superhero ready to conquer the day. But soon enough, distractions creep in. I miss a workout here, skip a reading session there, and before I know it, that initial spark has dwindled to a mere ember. I've been there, sitting at my desk, frustrated by the mountain of unfinished tasks, feeling like my goals are slipping away. I'd blame external factors. Maybe work was too stressful, or maybe I was just too tired. But here's the kicker. It wasn't about having less energy. It was about not having a reliable system to keep that energy flowing. Recognizing that motivation naturally ebbs and flows is the first step. It's not a flaw in your character, but a challenge built into our daily lives. We're all juggling multiple priorities, and sometimes the ones that matter most get lost in the shuffle. Let's be honest. The modern world bombards us with endless notifications, constant digital distractions, and a relentless pace that makes even the simplest tasks feel monumental. In this chaos, it's easy to lose sight of your long-term vision. But here's what I learned. The secret isn't to force endless motivation, but to build small, daily habits that compound into lasting progress. Once you acknowledge that motivation isn't a constant state, you can start designing a system that keeps you moving forward, even on days when you feel like giving up. One of the first things I did was to break down my goals into tiny, manageable actions. Instead of setting grand plans that overwhelm you, I began by committing to micro habits. For example, rather than forcing myself to exercise for an hour, I started with just 10 minutes of activity each day. That 10-minute win became a habit, and slowly, I built up the time without even noticing. I discovered that celebrating these little victories is key. Every time you complete a small task, whether it's reading a chapter, writing a few lines, or even making your bed, take a moment to appreciate that win. Over time, those tiny achievements create a positive feedback loop. They remind you that progress is happening, even if it's not monumental. Time blocking also turned out to be a game changer. I started scheduling specific slots in my day dedicated solely to high-priority tasks, leaving out the noise of random distractions. It wasn't about being rigid, rather, it was about giving yourself permission to focus. I found that when I reserved 20 to 30 minutes of uninterrupted time, my productivity soared. And the best part? I wasn't sacrificing my social life or sleep. I was simply reordering my priorities. Another powerful tactic was the use of visualization and affirmations. Every morning, I'd take a few minutes to visualize my goals. Imagine the success, feel the satisfaction of achieving them, and reaffirm, I'm capable, I'm resilient, and I'm moving forward. It sounds a bit cheesy, but trust me, that mental rehearsal does wonders for your confidence. Accountability also played a huge role. I teamed up with a friend who shared similar goals, and we'd check in weekly. A quick text or a coffee catch-up became the moment I got a boost from knowing someone else was counting on me. It transformed my solitary struggle into a shared journey of progress. Lastly, I tackled distractions head-on. In a world where my phone buzzes every few minutes, I learned to create no-phone zones. I'd turn off notifications during my focus time and even set aside specific periods for digital detox. It wasn't about completely disconnecting from technology, but rather about reclaiming control over my attention. All these strategies, micro habits, time blocking, visualization, accountability, and managing distractions. Don't promise instant miracles. They're about creating an environment where motivation isn't just a fleeting burst, but a steady stream of energy that carries you through even the toughest days. Now that we've covered what's been dragging you down and shared some simple strategies, it's time to build a personalized system that makes staying motivated a natural part of your life. This isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. It's a framework you tailor to fit your unique rhythm. Start by defining your long-term vision. Write down what you want to achieve, not just for this month, but for the next year or even your lifetime. Think of it like setting a destination on your GPS. Without a clear destination, even the best habits can feel aimless. Once you've got your vision, break it down into actionable, daily goals. Maybe it's reading 10 pages a day, working out for 15 minutes, or learning a new skill step by step. Design a daily routine that resonates with you. I experimented with different schedules until I found one that felt natural. A morning ritual that included a quick meditation, a healthy breakfast, and a dedicated work session. It wasn't perfect every day, but the consistency built momentum. Write it down, make it visual, and adjust it as needed. Tracking progress is another essential piece of the puzzle. I started using a journal to record even the smallest wins. Whether it was finishing a chapter of a book or knocking out a minor task, each win boosted my confidence. Over time, these records turned into a testament to my capability, a visual reminder that I was moving in the right direction, even on slow days. Creating a supportive environment can't be underestimated either. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, join communities, find an accountability partner, or simply share your goals with someone who believes in you. I learned that sharing my struggles and triumphs not only made the journey less lonely, but also amplified my motivation. Flexibility is also crucial. Life happens and sometimes your plan will get derailed. When that happens, instead of beating yourself up, take a deep breath, review your progress, and adjust your approach. A resilient mindset, one that views setbacks as opportunities to learn, is what will keep you moving forward. Finally, leverage technology to your advantage. Use apps that remind you of your goals, track your habits, and even inspire you with motivational quotes and success stories. These digital tools can serve as daily nudges, ensuring that your system remains active and effective. Building a personal motivation system is a continuous journey, a blend of planning, discipline, and self-compassion. It's not about being perfect every day, but about creating a rhythm that suits your life and keeps you moving toward your dreams, one small step at a time. So here's the truth. Staying motivated every month isn't about waiting for a magic burst of energy. It's about crafting a system that supports you, embracing the small wins, and building habits that stick, even when the going gets tough. Every new month is a fresh opportunity to align your actions with your vision. It's a chance to turn everyday moments into stepping stones for your success. If you've ever felt frustrated by your fading motivation, remember that it's not a personal failure. It's a signal to adjust your system. Embrace the ups and downs, learn from every setback, and celebrate each win, no matter how small. This isn't just a plan, it's a lifestyle. Get ready to transform your monthly grind into a journey of consistent, unstoppable progress. With a clear vision, a solid routine, and the right mindset, you can make every month a chapter of growth and achievement. Let your motivation flow, adapt to the challenges, and watch as your efforts compound into lasting success. Now take a deep breath, set your intentions, and get started. Your future is built one day at a time. Make every month count.